So after, how many hours did that take us to get here?
Like the longest travel days ever.
We finally made it to Paris. We have an hour before we can get into our Airbnb. So we're gonna try and find some food because we're both pretty hungry.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
It is. We're so glad to be here.
Yeah. So it's our first day in Paris, first full day in Paris. We just got off the train at Gare du Nord. Probably gonna see the Eiffel Tower, maybe the catacombs, Champs-Élysées, the Louvre. Yeah, we'll see how far we get.
Why is it beeping at me?
Because you have everything locked. Just trying to gimbal. You're not letting me gimbal.
So we started our morning coming up to Sacré. Tons of steps. It's a great way to start the morning. It's beautiful. It's one of the youngest basilicas here in Paris, which you would never know by looking at it. Architecture is wonderful. A great view, and now we'll probably go and get some breakfast. We're at the Louvre. We aren't going in today, but we had to come check out the grounds. It is the most visited museum in the world, originally built as a fortress and then opened as a museum in 1793. But we found out today, if you spent just 30 seconds looking at every piece of art in this massive museum, it would take you 200 days to go through everything. And they only suggest like 2 hours. So, it's a lot of art to see.
So we're at the Arc de Triomphe. It's about 11:40. We've kind of walked around Paris for a little bit, so I think we're gonna go to a market and grab some lunch and go to the Eiffel Tower and eat our lunch.
This is such a fun surprise. I got us a little lost and we turned down the street and it's beautiful. We just had a very delicious bakery lunch, kind of in front of the Eiffel Tower. All the grass is closed off. I guess they're growing it or something. So we found a bench in the shade nearby. We'll go enjoy it as we walk around here in a little bit.
So we just finished lunch at the Eiffel Tower. I think we're gonna head to the Cathedral of Notre Dame, and I think we'll head back here at night sometime because there's a light show that happens every hour on the hour, and we'd like to catch that. So we'll see you there. You wanna go on a tour boat?
No, there's so many people on that boat.
Hey, there's one life raft on it though.
That's good. That'll help them all.
You go, send help. We took a little break on our walk to the cathedral. Ellen's feet are tired.
Yeah, I tried to look up how far we've walked, but Google's not telling us. It just tells us the elevation gain, which is a little silly. But it says 3.5 hours so far.
So Ellen's gonna put her socks back on, and we're gonna head on over to the cathedral.
remember coming to Paris for the first time, and these little shops on the Seine, these little green ones, I thought were the coolest thing. And I got this tiny little painting of the Eiffel Tower. Oh, I loved it.
Prior to traveling full-time, Ellen and I were American firefighter paramedics, and the French, Paris specifically, firefighter. I believe they're also paramedics, but this is their boat station, and it's pretty rad. So we just found these markings on the side of the fire station that's right next to the boat, and we think that it's the high water mark for some of the years here. If anybody knows, let us know.
We made it to the Cathedral of Notre Dame. It's beautiful, obviously still being worked on after the fire. It's supposed to be done in 2024 though, so definitely a reason to come back to Paris. And then another thought I had earlier, actually as we were walking along the Seine, is they're cleaning up the river so that people can swim during the Olympics. That's another reason to come back to Paris. There's so many good things to come see in 2024.
So we're headed back to the Eiffel Tower. Because like we said, there's a light show every hour. We went home, took a little nap, and we just ate some dinner, and now we're gonna check out the light show.
Okay, so we're walking around the Latin Quarter right now. It's our last day in Paris. We're headed to the Pantheon and then the Luxembourg Gardens. And then I don't know what we'll do this afternoon. So we've been walking around the Luxembourg Gardens this afternoon and it's beautiful. There's so many people out and about enjoying them. Before this we went and walked by the Pantheon, which had a really neat art exhibit out front that was dedicated to travel, so it felt very appropriate as we set off on this big travel adventure. So we came to the Botanical Gardens, which we went to the Botanical Gardens in Tokyo too and loved them. So behind me is the Natural History Museum of Paris, and it's a beautiful building just surrounded by so many wonderful flowers and plants. So we're enjoying walking around. There's a merry-go-round and lots of people just enjoying the afternoon. So it's our last evening. We just walked around the Botanical Gardens and we're about to head back to our Airbnb to pack, and we just thought we'd give some thoughts on Paris.
Paris was great. Sometimes in these videos it can look like, in travel videos in general, it can look like it's all fun and games, and it is. It's a great time. But I think it's important to know some things when you go to visit places. Like yesterday we spent the evening at the Eiffel Tower, and we ran into a little problem where, and we've had this at other places like the Colosseum in Rome. People are selling things, and that's not really a problem with us, except there's 20 of them, and every multiple times a minute people are asking you if you want to buy wine or beer or
trinkets.
Yeah, and it can get really frustrating and be really off-putting, and they can be kind of aggressive sometimes. So I think it's important to like keep your cool with them and just be aware that that's gonna happen.
Yeah, we were a little disappointed. We wanted a nice calm evening to watch the Eiffel Tower light up, and we just were hassled and heckled like all night.
And it also never lit up.
And it never lit up. So we were a little disappointed in that too. But overall, we've both been to Paris, and so we knew it was like a safe city to come back to and that we would be comfortable here. But we're excited to go on to our next destination tomorrow.